When I was young, snowmobiles were wild, unrefined. You had to be on your toes. They even scared you a bit. You didn't just ride the sled, you had to be a driver. For decades, manufacturers spent smoothing and taming the machine. But today, things are about to become wild again.
It's an animal, definitely a weapon. This thing just wants to go.
Yeah, okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
Like a Cheshire cat grin to it. What do you think, Adam?
As far as I understand it, they don't have an adjustable limiter strap on
Correct.
this
So
thing. You'll have an adjustment tool for these springs.
Correct.
Take your spring and squat it or let it out, right? But
Adjust it accordingly, yeah.
I don't know enough about this skid to understand how you take the transfer without a limiter strap. How do you make it so it's not transferring, like wheeling all the time, right?
Yeah,
so that's what guys are saying.
Yeah.
They're just wheeling everywhere, which is cool. But if you're gonna trail ride this thing, I can't see wheeling all over the place is the most fun. I mean, not for me, right? If I'm trail riding,
everybody rides
I want it
differently, for
planted,
sure.
right,
Yeah.
to go around. You tighten the springs up to keep that tight, I guess. That's the only adjustment.
So
we
it's
have,
set
right?
to stock the way
Yeah.
you know it comes out, but it'll be interesting to see what you guys think today. I've not even been on it yet, so this is as much as I've ridden it.
Well, that's what we're here for today. I want to know if this is a good trail sled. You know, when you see it wheeling and they say it's not a crossover, what is it? And from what I'm watching and hearing is that if you get the skis on the snow, this thing rides like a roller coaster. So I'm looking forward to it. Skis are pretty amazing.
What has it got? Just a single
carbide. Yeah.
Actually,
But they're wide.
Yeah. If we need more, well, we know where to go.
How much of this is different than the G4, Adam?
Yeah, so your spindles and stuff are all going to be the same.
Spindles are the same, yeah.
Your A-arms and stuff are the same. It's just the acoustic coated shocks.
The better shock is the 4.6 they call it, the KYBs, right? The top of the line KYBs. You know how we introduced the RAZX in 2021?
Yeah.
So that apparently geometry wise is the same.
It'll be the same.
But it doesn't say RAZX on. So
they got thicker shafts in them, right? Because they'll be 40 mil instead of a 30 mil shaft, which is pretty substantial difference for sure. And then it's going to have more oil capacity in the body of the shock as well, because it'll have different spring rate in it, right? Like it's yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it puts up. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
much
nice.
Than Ski-Doos. Yeah, it pops right off. Yeah.
Factory pull start.
Yeah. So this is kind of cool. They actually put the pull start with it, where Ski-Doo is now awesome. Either electric or your free ride, right? With the shot system. Yeah. So I think it's I like having a pull start. I feel more confident, just in case.
Pretty sexy. It does look better in person.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It looks really big in photos and videos. It's not a big sled.
But I find it's got a nice stance.
It does.
It just looks really neat.
Ooh, the seating position's nice too. You can sit nice.
Yeah. So everybody says that they've been riding it that the seating position is quite comfortable.
Yeah, like because you can really sit forward on it.
Now you get a lot more play between your legs because the seat, unlike Ski-Doo, doesn't go all the way to front, right? So you get a lot more play there.
Yeah.
Well, there's this whole area where they didn't put the seat, which is nice because then you can really get and then actually use all that leg room they gave you on the side up there. Hanging on.
Well, let's suit up and get this thing on the trail, shall we? The Lynx is a beast. I really like the seating position on this thing. The ability to move around in the cockpit is really good. This is the best ergonomically designed snowmobile I've ever ridden. It's got oodles of power. Yes, it wheelies on command, but when those skis are on the snow, it handles like it's almost on rails. It's still up, so the skis just hang. The BRP Lynx has put the fun factor back into snowmobiling. What was the first thing you noticed when you squeezed the throttle on this thing?
It's an animal. You know, you pull the throttle and the skis just want to float until you let off the throttle, and you know, it does definitely have a harder feel to it rather than my my XRS. The bars to me are a little low. Other than that, in the tight stuff, I mean, we're on some pretty wet snow right now, so it didn't steer that great. But I'm sure with some tuning and you know, stuff like that, it's probably pretty good. The side panels, you can move around a lot better than the XRS. Definitely a weapon. This thing just wants to go.
That's how you ride a Lynx RAVE RE. His life insurance is paid up.
Just take a bit to get used to it.
Yeah. It stops good though.
Oh yeah.
It's white. I can like just when I was picking it up in the parking lot there, I know that it's a white sled. Like, oh my god! That's crazy. I've never felt a sled like this before. Look at this.
So as a mountain madman, what do you think of it?
That works well. Yeah. Suspension's nice in it for sure. I think a little bit of tweaking on the shocks there on the front, you get that body roll out of it. It's going to be a mogul master for sure.
What you doing, furry? Nothing?
No, I'm doing it for everybody's betterment.
For everyone's enjoyment.
thank John Luke for letting us try it. Energy Power Sports.
You've been dealing with Energy Power Sports for a couple years since they opened their doors.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best part about dealing with a company like that?
Well, the owner. I mean, he's number one, man. The customer service is great. The people all work there great. I look at it as as kind of a friendship type thing. And I like dealing with the Energy Power Sports. Yeah, I can't complain. I mean, I'm happy, so everything's good.
For sure. What I find is they work hard for their customers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you know what, John Luke, if it wasn't COVID, he'd be over hugging you right now.
He's our first customer.
I know, that's awesome. That's a good story.